So you have a sewing machine and you're ready to start using it. In this video, I'm going to share with you the exact steps I share with my clients every week, and they go from having never touched a sewing machine to actually making and wearing their first piece of clothing in just a few short hours. And these steps have worked no matter what machine they have. Now, the first thing we're going to do is take our machine and we're going to place it on the right hand front edge of whatever table we're going to be sewing on. Then we're going to take our power cable, we're going to plug it in on the bottom right side of our machine. It's always right here. Then we're going to take the plug it into the wall, and put the foot pedal directly below the machine on the floor. We're going to talk about a couple of sewing machine parts you need to know before we actually start using it. The first one is the hand wheel. This is going to be on the right hand side of your machine at the top, big round knob. Now we're going to turn that towards us, and we'll see that this makes the needle move. This is how we manually move the needle when we need to do that, okay? So the next thing we need to know is the presser foot. The presser foot is what's going to hold our fabric down against our machine while we are sewing. But the presser foot moves up and down. It moves up so we can get the fabric in and out of our machine, and we press it down when we actually want to sew. So how do we move this up and down? We use the presser foot lifter. Now this will either be up and to the right of your needle, or it will be on the back of your machine. Okay, so find this on your machine, move your presser foot up and down. Perfect, okay? Everything making sense so far? And the last thing we want to look at is the needle plate. The needle plate is the metal plate just below the needle, and I really want you to focus on these little things that are moving under the presser foot. They're called feed dogs, and they're really important. What they do is they pull your fabric through the machine for you at the perfect speed. That means you are not going to push or pull your fabric at all. You're going to let the machine pull it through for you. But don't worry, we'll talk more about that in a minute. Now that we know these important parts, we're actually going to start using our machine. So what I want you to do is turn the machine on, take your presser foot, push it in the down position, and we're going to press the foot pedal. This is going to make the machine start moving, and this is a perfect time to play with speed. Try going slow, try going fast. This is your first chance to start feeling comfortable using your sewing machine. Once you feel comfortable with the speed, we're going to actually take a piece of paper, any piece of paper you have laying around, and we're going to use it like fabric inside of our machine. We're going to take it and we're going to put it under our presser foot. Now, if you can't get the paper under there, it's probably one of two things. One, your presser foot is down. Don't forget to raise this up. And two, your needle might be in the way. If your needle is down, remember, just use the hand wheel, turning it towards you, and the needle will move up and out of your way. Now, we're going to take the edge of our paper, line it up with one of the lines on our needle plate, and then we are going to lower the presser foot. Do not forget, this is really important. Before you start sewing, your presser foot must be down. This is really important. Don't forget. So once our presser foot is down and holding our paper, we are going to start sewing by pressing the foot pedal. Now, first, I want to show you, even if I don't use my hands, you'll see the paper still moves through the machine. That's those feed dogs we talked about earlier. You are not pushing and pulling the fabric through the machine. You are only steering it left to right. Think about this like a car. You wouldn't push or pull a car, right? That would be crazy. Instead, you just steer. Okay? So exact same with your sewing machine. Now, when we are sewing and we're using our hands, we want to make sure we're looking at the edge of our fabric and the line on our needle plate. Do not look at the needle. That's going to make you dizzy and confused, and it's much harder to sew straight. So keep your eyes on this line. You want to make sure that they are lined up and parallel the entire time you're sewing. If they are, you're going to sew beautiful, perfect lines. Where should your hands be when you're sewing? Your hands should not get too close to the needle. That is the only safety concern we have with the sewing machine. Don't put your hand under the needle. We're going to keep our hands in front of the needle and to the left of, and we're going to use that to steer. Now, when we let the machine pull the fabric through for us, you'll see that the needle makes really nice, even holes across the line. Perfect. But what does it look like if we're not doing this correctly? Let's see. So if I put the paper back under and I'm pushing and I'm pulling on this while I go, and then I take it out, you'll see those dots are not evenly spaced, okay? So practice this a couple of times until you have nice evenly spaced dots and nice straight lines. Okay, I hope you feel super confident using your machine now, but it's time to actually thread it so we can start sewing. Now, if your dream is to start making your own clothes and not getting overwhelmed and confused and wasting tons of time in fabric, then be sure to check out the pinned comment below. I have put together a step-by-step roadmap to help you go from absolute beginner to wearing your first piece of clothing in just 6 weeks. You'll get live support from me and so much more. So if that would help you, check it out below. Everything we've talked about so far is very true for every single sewing machine. But as we get into threading, things can look a little bit different from machine to machine. So it's going to be really important that you get your manual and follow along with that as we go through these next steps. If anything I show you on my machine doesn't quite look like yours, check your manual and you will be able to see exactly what these little differences are. But overall, the steps are going to be very similar. And if for some reason you don't have your manual, you can just jump on Google, type in your model and number, and you will find a manual online. They are all over the place. Now, when it comes to threading your sewing machine needs 2 threads. The first one is going to be a spool of thread like this that we buy at the store. For this, you're going to want to buy 100% polyester all-purpose thread. This thread works for pretty much all projects and goes beautifully through your machine. Don't even worry about any other threads right now as you're getting started. But your sewing machine actually needs 2 threads. So we're going to take the thread that we bought at the store, the spool, and we're going to move some of this thread onto this little plastic piece called the bobbin. That's actually the first step of threading our machine. So when we head to the machine, we're going to take our spool of thread and we're going to put it on our spool pin. This will always be on the top of your machine, usually somewhere in the middle or to the right. Now your spool pin might be horizontal like mine. If it is, you're going to put the spool pin on, and then don't forget the stopper. Without the stopper, the spool is going to get pulled off while we're sewing and then fall on the ground and make a big mess. Put your spool on your spool pin, then put the stopper. If you have a vertical spool pin, just take your spool, put it on here, you're done. Then we're going to move over to the left of our machine. We are going to typically see 2 arrows. One of them will be solid and one of them will be dashed. For winding the bobbin, we're going to follow the dashed arrows, and the goal here is to make your thread look exactly like the dashed arrow. So if the arrow goes this direction, that's the way our thread needs to go. We cannot change this, we cannot deviate, it must match. So I'm going to pull my thread over here, then it comes down, I need to wrap it around here, following the arrow. Now a note about this little piece, it's super important. When you wrap your thread around this, make sure your thread gets wrapped underneath this little drum. A lot of beginners tend to wrap their thread here, no, here, none of this is right. The thread must go under this little drum. If you don't, your bobbin is going to look very strange. I will show you photos in a moment. But once you have your thread wrapped around this correctly, then we see the arrow goes back over to the right-hand side of our machine. When we come over here, we see this little picture, and when we look at the bobbin, we see this matching little hole. We're going to take our thread and go up through this hole, and then once we have, we'll put this bobbin on this spindle. Okay, so now our bobbin looks just like the diagram. Then we're going to take the whole bobbin and the little spindle it's on and push it to the right. Is going to tell our machine it's time to wind this bobbin. So we're going to take the thread tail, we're going to hold it straight up, and we're going to press the foot pedal. Once the thread has coated the entire bobbin from top to bottom and at least 1 layer of thread, then we are going to cut the tail we're holding and continue filling this until it's about half full. This amount of thread is perfect for most beginner projects. Once it is half full, we are going to cut this and you have a perfectly wound bobbin. Now, if for some reason your bobbin looks strange like this, it's most likely because you did not pull your thread under that little drum in the right place. So just try again. It's going to take some practice, but I know you can do it. Now that we have two threads, the spool and the bobbin, it's time to thread the top of our machine. But before we do this, there's two important things we need to do to our sewing machine. First, your presser foot must be up. If it's not, the thread cannot be put into your machine correctly. So make sure your presser foot is up. Two, we need to look at the front of our machine, and when I turn the hand wheel, can you see this little silver piece moving? Okay, we need to make sure this silver piece is as high as we can get it on our sewing machine. You'll see why when we start threading. Now the presser foot is lifted and this little silver piece is high up on our machine, we can start threading. We're going to take our spool of thread, put it on our spool pin again, but this time we're going to follow the solid arrows. Again, make sure your thread looks exactly like the arrows. So we're going to pull it over here to the left, around 1, coming forward down to 2, here's 3, 4, making this U-turn coming back up, and then here at 5 is where we see that little silver piece that we just moved. Now it's important you actually take your thread and drag it along the edge of this, okay? Take it along to each corner, dragging it all the way around, and then visually use your eyes and make sure this thread is wrapped around that little silver piece. If your thread is not wrapped around this, your sewing machine is not going to work correctly. So make sure the thread is wrapped around. Then we're going to come down here to 6. And before we thread the needle, do not forget this step. This is a big one that most beginners miss. We're going to take our thread, we're going to hold it like this, and we're going to pull it behind this little metal bar. Now, please pause this, slow it down, rewatch it. Make sure you get that thread behind that bar. If you don't, your sewing machine has intermittent issues and it is so confusing and frustrating. So make sure you get the thread behind there, and then we are going to just thread the end through the needle. Now make sure your thread makes a nice straight line through all these parts, and you can pull it gently right now. If your thread is wrapped around the needle or twisting in any way, take it out and try again. Once you have this threaded, now it's time to look at the bobbin. Now that we've threaded the top of the machine, the last step is to thread the bobbin. Now the machine I'm currently working on is a front load bobbin, and if that's what your machine looks like, check out this video here on how to insert it. Most new machines have what's called a top load bobbin, so that's what I'm going to show you right now. So for a top load bobbin, we're going to look at this little black plastic square to the right of the bobbin casing. Put our finger on it, pull to the right. The lid is going to pop up. We can remove it. Then we're going to take our bobbin and we want to put it in here. But be careful. Your bobbin can spin in 2 directions. It can either go counterclockwise or clockwise. So which way is the right way? Actually look at your machine or check your manual. It will tell you. So we can see here that this wants my thread to come off the top. So I'm going to put my bobbin like that and then drop it into the machine. Then again, I can look at this same diagram and it shows me the thread needs to go under this metal arm. So I'm going to drag my thread under that. And then we have arrows and numbers again. So I'm going to follow 1, go down to 2, and right here at the end of 2 is actually a little blade. So when I pull my thread, it's going to cut it for me. Perfect. Now we hit the lid, we put it back on, clip it into place, and ta-da, the bobbin is inserted. Now we are this close to being able to ready to sew with your machine, but there's a couple of things. Tension. What tension should your machine be set at? When you look at your sewing machine from the needle, you're going to go up and to the right, and somewhere around here should be your tension dial. Now, your tension dial should be set somewhere between 3 to 5. 4 is a really good starting point just to get you going, okay? So make sure your tension dial is set to 4. Then we want to make sure that we are sewing with a straight stitch. So go to your stitch selection dial, set it to a straight stitch, and we want to be doing a medium stitch length, okay? So you can change your stitch length, and usually 2.5 is a really good number, okay? So now that we have set the tension and we're doing a straight stitch with a medium stitch length, we are ready to start sewing. So some tips here, we want to make sure that the tail from the top of our machine is going under the presser foot. If it is not, your machine is going to unthread itself as soon as you start sewing. Oh, it's so frustrating. Don't do that. Make sure the top thread is under the presser foot. Then we are going to put our fabric under the machine. We're going to line up the edge with one of our lines, and then we are going to lower the presser foot and start sewing. Now, when you get to any point on your fabric that you want to stop sewing, then simply stop. You will raise the presser foot, manually raise the needle if you need to, and pull your fabric out. Now your fabric should pull out very easily. If it does not, it means that you stopped sewing in the middle of a stitch. All you need to do to fix this is continue turning your hand wheel towards you slowly, and it will release. So you're pulling the fabric, turning the hand wheel, and then you see there, it releases it. And when I pull the fabric out, it has 2 threads. Those are the 2 threads that we just put on the machine. Perfect. Then when we pull the fabric over, we can come up. There's a little blade on the side of your machine. Pull your project over and down, and it will cut it to the perfect length for you. And you did it! You have started sewing with your sewing machine. Now, we want to look at the stitches. Do they look good? We want to make sure the stitches are laying flat on the fabric. There's not big loops pulling away. The fabric should be laying flat, and the stitches should look pretty much the same from both sides. All of that is true. Your stitches are perfect, and you can just continue sewing and continue practicing. If for some reason your stitches don't look quite right, I am going to take a guess, a really good guess, and say that you have not threaded your machine correctly. 99% of the time when my beginners have problems, it's because they missed one of the steps that we just talked about. So go back through, try this again, make sure you get every single step right, and you should be sewing beautiful stitches in no time. If you have any questions, let me know down below. I'd love to chat. And now that your sewing machine is up and running, I'm sure you're excited about your first project. So be sure to check out this video where I talk you through the 5 simple steps to start and wear your first piece of clothing. And do not forget, if you ever get overwhelmed, lost, confused with this, don't worry. Just check out the pinned comment below. I have put together a step-by-step roadmap for you and I to go through together. You can make that first piece of clothing in just 6 weeks, because I know you can do this. So until the next one, happy sewing!